Knowledge is Key is my in-depth look at what's happening in today's real estate market. It's a weekly, in-depth study of all the new listings that have come on the market, the homes that have gone under contract, and more importantly, what is the status of the market? Is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? Is it neutral? Are there new listings? Is it weighted down with new construction? Is there a super short supply? We'll go in-depth each and every week looking at all the listing information, all the selling information, so that you can make great informed decisions whether to buy or sell your next home.
A few more listings come on the market. A total of 6 new listings came on the market. One is coming soon, and that is a townhome. There's one additional townhome that is in the market, then 3 existing homes, and then 1 model home. The model home is listed at $1.4 million. We are continuing to see low inventory. The interesting part about our low inventory, right now in the Stillwater area, we have 45 listings that are for sale. And year over year, we're down about 4%, which is not the best of news, but I also look at that as being seasonally adjusted due to the fact that we're in what I call the longest month, and that's the month of January. Short days, supposedly cold temperatures, lots of snow. Although we're fortunate in respects that our winter is nothing like what other parts of the country have. Of the houses that have gone under contract, we have had 6 homes that have went pending, and they range in price from $319,000 to a high price of $1,050,000. Interesting to note here is that the average days on the market was 15. However, there is something to kind of look between the lines with. There's 2 classifications for days on the market. You have current days on the market and continuous days. Current days on the market is what most listings have, and that's when they were listed until the time that they are sold. Continuous days on the market, say a property was listed, maybe it expired, came off the market, or in some cases, agents will take a property off the market to relist it in order to get that clock to reset. It's very important that agent that you're working with looks at that number, because if a house has been on the market and it shows just to be 15 days, when in actuality, it's been on the market for 160 days, well, that house might be ready for a negotiation if it is truly the house that you're interested in. So really keep in mind those 2 numbers as you look at properties and move through the process of buying a home. Woodbury's marketplace is just fascinating to me. I've been doing this for 32 years, helping buyers and sellers sell their house or buy their house. But to see what has been going on in Woodbury is really interesting, to say the least. As we've talked about the other 2 areas of Lake Elmo and Stillwater, look what's going on in Woodbury. It's dramatically a strong seller's market, showing a market action index of 58. The other 2 we looked at were in the mid 30s. So you can see such a high seller's market indication. The other thing that's really interesting to note is look at how this inventory just keeps declining. I only have 13 listings on the market. Woodbury's a big area. There's lots to talk about Woodbury from that standpoint. You also can see that it's in many respects very affordable, with the median list price being $450,000 and the list price of the new listing being $462,500. Last week in Woodbury, we saw 5 new listings come on the market, and great news about this, in my opinion, is that all of those homes were pre-existing, meaning they weren't new construction. People are already living in them. Families, I should say, were living in them. One of them was coming soon as a townhome. There were 3 other townhomes that were listed, and 1 is already under contract, and then 1 home new to the market. I should also note that the selling price of the new listings range from $265,000 to a high of $550,000. Moving on to the pending properties, we have 7 new listings that are now under contract, 3 of which are townhomes, and then there are 4 single-family homes. The price range of those properties was from $285,000 to a high of $475,000. All were built before 1996. I think that's kind of interesting to note that, as I mentioned before, these are pre-existing homes. I would assume that a lot of these people are either out of Woodbury, or in most cases, they might be moving up. And then the average days on the market was 55 days. So again, if you want to find more information on your area of choice, please don't hesitate to subscribe or click, and then you can go in and put in almost any zip code that you would like and find out what the current market trend is for that area and what's going on. Because as we know, knowledge is key. Moving over to Lake Elmo also is seeing some activity week over week. We had 4 new listings come on the market. 3 were townhomes, and one was a single family home. It should be pointed out, however, that all of these new listings were actually new construction. So again, you can see where the builders have a big impact on the market in Lake Elmo. Looking at the pending properties, 3 properties went under contract over the past week, and they ranged in price from just about $550,000 to $950,000, with 2 of them being relatively new. One was built in 2021, the other one was new construction at 2023, and last but not least, most expensive house that resold was built in 2012. Again, it should be pointed out that there's still a slight seller's market in Lake Elmo, and I would continue to see this be very strong seller's market as we farther into the spring market. Realistically, the spring market doesn't start until after the Super Bowl, but we have seen some early indications that there's lots of pent-up demand. With interest rates coming down, buyers want to buy. So to stay informed, don't hesitate, and always listen to this week after week, but don't hesitate to click and on the link, then you can subscribe to our weekly updates. And if you're more interested in a specific area like Lake Elmo, Woodbury, or Stillwater, or anywhere, you can enter in the zip code and the pertinent information, get the current news on that market condition. One last thing I would like to point out, that is, of the listings that are still on the market, which is inventory of 43, 35% of them have seen a price reduction. So even though it's a seller's market, there are still some great deals to be had out in the marketplace. Happy house hunting.